of other units. And what happened was he had an idea to invite a Christian general from the United States, who many of you have heard of, the name General Jerry Boykin. And I thought, well, you know, what's the risk? When my son was in the officers academy where 400 officers were being raised up, let's give it a try. So I contacted Jerry Boykin, and he agreed to come. I was like more shocked that that happened. And he only came over for a few days, and he was as far as we know, the first Christian general, born again, believing general, now retired in the United States, to come and address the entire officers academy as a Christian who loves Israel, and as a former military man, because he was one of the original Delta Force members, and of course who led the Black Hawk Down raid into Somalia. And so it was incredible. So not only on one hand were we able to bring physical needs as we did during that same week, but we're also trying to introduce Christian experts in their level who have authority and are well recognized, who can also bring a word which impacts them in a spiritual way as well. So that's how we do things in Vision for Israel in the Joseph Storehouse. Some of the other projects we do, of course, is every week we're sending out our teams to homes in the central region with food, clothing, toys, things that have been shipped over from Charlotte or shipped over from the United Kingdom. We're becoming more project-oriented because the cost is getting more prohibitive, also the customs regulations. So by also turning around and buying food there, we're able to help the Israeli economy. We don't pay full retail prices. Obviously, we buy from distributors. We also do special projects like heaters and blankets in the winter for the elderly. We provide medical disposables, medical surgical supplies to 50 or more different medical institutions, both for the physically and mentally handicapped, as well as full-fledged hospitals and emergency clinics and emergency units. Thank you for the sound effects in the background, perfect timing. We also have now, since 1999, we've provided 148,000 brand new school packs to Jewish and Arab children returning to school with supplies in their backpacks to go to school. These are kids who come from poor and needy families, or from foster homes, orphanages, or high-risk social situations. And let's see, we have a few other projects, one of which is the biggest one, which started in the very beginning. We also send financial vouchers out regularly to families who have suffered as a result of terror and or rocket attacks, and many of them going back to the 1990s are still on the recipient list, where husbands or fathers or brothers or sisters, sons, daughters, mothers have been killed due to terror attacks. We do not discriminate against the Arabs there. What makes a recipient is if they have a legitimate need and they have a recommendation that comes into our office from a social worker, a pastor, an organization, an orphanage, some organization that can vouch for the need, and then we see it for ourselves. So these are just some of the things we do, and of course in that we're always keeping open to how we can be a light of God's word and compassion through us, a living word, so that they'll also hear the good news.
You know, as Barry was speaking,